Alright, what's up, my people? I just want to say for the next couple of weeks or so, I'll be making maybe shorter videos. I'm not quite sure yet, but they'll be based off posts that I put in my most recent book. Maybe I'll elaborate, maybe it'll be a Cliff Note version for some. But I just wanted to start off by talking about an alternative to attention seeking behavior as I break in my new camera. So, what I wrote about in this particular piece was to seek solitude. So, you understand, like, I get it that a lot of us may have abandonment issues and trying to find our place in the world, trying to see where we belong, and we may be tying our self worth or what have you to what's going on outside of us, our community, and things like that. But if we are not quite right with ourselves and to be by ourselves, well, then that's where we start. Okay, so we want to eliminate attention-seeking behavior by going for something more meaningful, and I will always believe that the great place to start is within. So whatever that means to you, if that's meditation, if that's through the art of immersion, which I definitely recommend immersion, which means to dive deep into something, into any practice, okay? Almost like religiously, almost like your life depends on it, because in a sense it does. And optimal focus is of utmost importance these days, because we have so many distractions. I don't need to tell you that, you already know, and there are a lot of distractions here in this day and age, and before you know it, the day is gone. So as I move to my next point, the first point is to seek solitude, and I guess my second point, maybe you call it one and a half, was the immersion process. So whatever you do, okay, you just want to focus on one thing at a time. You want to take a step back from certain aspects of social media, especially if you're not holding social media off for the end of the day, or if you're not treating it as a rarity or what have you. You don't want to get caught up in the art of comparison, is what I said before, because it can overwhelm you. Some that I understand that some of us, we can use comparison to motivate ourselves, but for a great deal of us, it's torture. It's a setup. Okay, so you want to shy away from the comparison. So you want to put yourself into the zone by doing whatever it is that you know you ought to do, whatever you put on your list. Because to reach optimal focus, I believe it says it takes 21 minutes to be uninterrupted. Now, that's tough to come by these days, man. So if you can find an opportunity to just be able to focus on one thing, you don't have to worry about the kids or whatever for a moment, then you can get into the zone and you can really get a lot done. Okay, a lot of meaningful work done. You get a lot of content out there. Also, you want to check in a lot with yourself. Now, I spoke on journaling, so it's very much relevant in this regard. You want to be very clear with yourself as to what you even want out of life. What do you feel pressured to go after? What's an absolute deal breaker? Just a lot of the things that you've been kind of running away from, but now is the time to tackle it head on, so it can help build up your confidence. And the more confident you are, the less you seek other people's attention and validation. So you're definitely going to build up some confidence by stepping up to the plate, taking on some tasks, facing your fears, getting it over with. That allows you to grow. Doing the opposite allows you to shrink, metaphorically speaking. You shrink in size. So I mean, I mean, I would say that's pretty much it. But I'm always gonna find a way to wrap it up so I can ramble for a little bit, man. I'm a little bit uncomfortable with these shorter videos, but I'll wrap it all up by saying that we are meant to make great contributions in this world. That being the case, if you get too caught up in consumerism and you see that the trend, because it's always the trend, is consumerism, you may feel conflicted, because a lot of people, you may not think it if you've been so detached from it, but every time I see it, it almost surprises me, is that people quite frankly want to be a part of the trend, even if it means that, quite frankly, the only thing they're getting out of it is feeling like they're included, but for the rest of their life outside of that, man, they feel miserable because they aren't contributing in the way that they would like. I actually experienced that quite a bit, and I do contribute a lot. See, that's the tough part. But then I have people telling me, well, hey, look what you're putting out there. And then I look at it and I say, okay, well, yeah, this is what I'm putting out there. So I'm definitely not all where I want to be at this moment, but I still have a lot to put out into the world. So just focus on what you can keep putting out into the world, okay? Build it and they will come. Alright, you got to make peace with the fact that you might not be everybody's favorite. You might not be the fan favorite, man. You might not be popular. You may not have a lot of people checking up on you. You may not have a lot of people cheering you on. So that's why you got to really get right with yourself and find that self-compassion and be crazy enough to be your own friend, to really pat yourself on the back, man, because things are going to get tough. Sometimes they get worse before they get better, but so long as you keep the process going, man, you could really stick it out and really make something out of yourself in this day and age. That's the beauty of it. The same thing that can ruin us can help us prosper. Like, a lot of distractions on one side, a lot of resources on the other. You know what I'm saying? So, quite frankly, you go on YouTube and you can find a lot of helpful advice. You can find a lot of great material, something that just brings you immense amount of value. Or you can just waste it all away watching mediocre stuff. And you're not really getting anything out of it but a means to waste time. So I would always dare any circumstance that I'm in to kill me, to consume me, whatever it is. But I am not going to sign up to slaughter myself by trying to seek the attention of others in a way that's just not natural for me. Okay? So if it is my goal to get attention, like I put a video out, put a video like this out, this is what you're going to get. Alright? You ain't gonna see me dressed up in a certain way to get a desired outcome. You're not gonna see me I don't know, acting a fool. Look at that, I'm fucking old. But you're not going to see me put on some type of show. Alright, this is what you get when the camera cuts off. This is what everybody else gets. Alright? Because I'm trying to save energy for the things that matter. I don't even know if this is the right video for it, but I was thinking about this earlier this morning before I took a nap. Yeah. But I was saying that I need to make a list of things that are a requirement in this life. And I'm just going to start building around it. As simple as that sounds. Because you start writing down a list of what's required in this life. You say, well, I got to eat. I got to sleep. I got to go to the bathroom. Yada, yada, yada. I didn't make the list yet. But as I start writing down the requirements, I'm going to see how much time that actually leaves me with. Or, how much capacity does it leave me with to actually care about anything outside of that. Alright? And anything outside of that, like I wrote, man, I'm not even gonna take that shit serious, man. I'm not gonna waste a lot of time with it. So like these videos that I put out for you guys, it matters to me, definitely. But it doesn't matter enough to where I'm gonna have to try to make this perfect. Okay, so I hear about some people who may spend like 12 hours trying to edit down the video and I'm not gonna do that, okay? Nor should you expect that. My time is very much valuable, just like yours. So I'm not going to talk a hole in your head. It's just this is one of many that I will be putting out. Just trying to get some exposure to my book, or if I don't, well, it's still good content anyway. So long as you can receive it, I'm happy with that. So thanks a lot for tuning in. I appreciate you all. So you go ahead and like and subscribe. And I'm just gonna keep putting out a lot of material, man. So thanks a lot.